Hey guys, today we're gonna go over chapter 4, section 1, translations. We're gonna start with a vector. What is a vector? A vector is an object that has direction, or size, and is represented in the coordinate plane by an arrow drawn from one point to another. So if you guys can see, right here in the graph, the vector will be that green line from P to Q. As it starts at one point, we draw the line and it's represented as an arrow. As it has a direction, it is going in a specific way. Now, the component form of a vector is described as x comma y, where the x describes how far right or left the vector is going, and the y describes how far up and down the vector is going. So in this example, we have 5 comma 3, as it is going to the right 5 units and it's going up 3 units. So if you think about it, it would be rise over run, but you put the run first since it represents the x. Okay, so to name the vector, you guys will name it very similar to what you named the line, or better yet, a ray. So this one we would name PQ, with the arrow going from P to Q, as that is the direction the vector is going. Now let's figure out the components. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Since it's going to the left, it's going to be -4, comma, +5, since it's going left and up. Up is positive, left is negative. Now let's do it to the other one. We have vector JK going from J to K, and it's running 1, 2, 3 in the positive direction, and 1, 2, 3, 4 in the vertical direction. A transformation is a function that moves or changes a figure in some way to produce a new figure called an image. Now, what this does is, for example, you have this blue line right here. That transformation is just going to make it move from the blue to the red. It's just going to move the figure this exact same way, the exact same shape from one place to another. Now, this is an example. The vertices of triangle ABC are A at 0, 3, B at 2, 4, and C at 1, 0. Translate ABC using the vector 5, -1. Well, let's plot it first to see it. If A is at 0, 3, this is A. B is at 2, 4, right here. And C is at 1, 0, so right here. So here we have our triangle, our original triangle. Now let's move it to the translation that we're looking for. They're telling us to use a vector 5, -1, so we're going to have to move 5 to the right and 1 down. So A is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A is going to be right here. We're going to call it A prime. B is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. This little symbol is called a prime. I forgot to mention that earlier, but that's how we're going to call the new vector that we move. And C is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. That's C prime. So that would be the drawing of our new triangle using the translation of the vectors provided. Now in this one, they want us to write a rule of how we got from triangle ABC to triangle ABC prime. Now we're going from the blue to the red. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. We moved 4 to the left, and then we moved 1 up. So we're going to get a -4, -1. And if you notice, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 up, it's the same for C. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the same for B after we move 1 up. So our rule would be the vector. We get the transformation vector of -4, comma 1. Okay, so a composition is a combination of two or more transformation. Let's write that down. I want you guys to notice that in the graph, they're showing us this line segment RS with the endpoints R -8, comma 5, which are right here, and the S with a -6, comma 8, which is up here. Now, in the image, after the composition, they tell us from S to S prime, we have a translation of 5 units to the right and 5 units down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. We lined in S prime. And then for the second translation, we're going to go from S prime to S double prime. And they're telling us we go from there, from the prime to double prime, by 4 units to the left and 2 units down. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. That's how we move from the first to the second to the third. From the original to the first transformation to the second transformation. This is why it's a composition. There is more than just one full movement from the points. Now, let's do an example. They are asking us to graph line segment RS with the endpoint R -8, comma 5 and the other endpoint S at -6, comma 8. They want us to graph its image after the composition. Please take a couple of minutes to do it and pause the video. Okay, so I hope you guys paused the video. Let's get to it. We're going to put R -8, comma 5 right here. And we're going to put S at -6, comma 8 right here. So we have this line segment. Now, for the first translation, they're asking us to go 1 unit left and 4 units up. So we're going to go 1 unit left, 1, 2, 3, 4 units up. So 1 left and 1, 2, 3, 4. R prime is going to line right there. And S prime is going to be 1 to the left and then 1, 2, 3. Well, we actually run out of space in the graph, but we're still going to draw it up there. That will be line 2. And then from the first prime to the second prime, they're telling us we're going to move 4 to the right and then 6 down. I'm going to start with the R. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right and then 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we get R double prime. And let's do the same thing with the S. We're going to move 4 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to move 6 units down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. S double prime. That's how we get from the original, which is the black, to the first prime, which is the red, to the third prime, which is the green. So please take a second to write your rule of translation. Now the setup's going to look like X, either plus or minus a number, comma, Y plus or minus a number. I'm going to put a number symbol. Please pause the video and try to do this on your own. Okay, I hope you guys paused the video, but let's get to it. So the first thing I want to notice is, well, which is my original and which is my prime. I look at the letters and I realize my blue is the original and the red is the prime. All right, so let's do it for point M. How do we get from here to here? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. We move 5 units left, so we're going to get X minus 5. And then we moved 2 units up, so we're going to get X plus 2. You can actually check your work by doing the other letters. So if we do left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, and then n 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2. They all worked out, so that is the rule for our translation. If you were to write it in vector form, it would be a vector of -5, 2 for all of them, as that would be the movement from here to here. Now, but just as FYI, we're looking for this, as this would be the rule. Okay, for these last one, we're gonna do the exercises to figure out what's happening. So they're telling us that in exercises 13 through 16, we gotta use the translation x minus 8 and then x plus 4. So what is the image of a if it's 2, 6? So all we gotta do, since we're plugging it into the rule, it's gonna be 2 minus 8, 6 plus 4. So we're gonna get that the original coordinates, or well, the a prime is going to be 2 minus 8 is -6, and 6 plus 10 plus 4 is 10. We do the same thing for b prime. It's going to be -1 minus 8, 5 plus 4. So we're going to get that b prime is going to be -9, 9. Now, here we're going to be working backwards. They gave us already the prime, but they want us, for number 15, but they want us to find the original, or the pre-image. So we're moving backwards. Just like the midpoint formula, this works independently, okay? So, in order to do that, for the pre-image of the x, we're going to get -3 is equal to x minus 8. And then you solve for the pre-image by adding 8 on both sides. So we're going to get that the x is 5. So for the original c, or the pre-image c, it's going to be 5, and then for the y, we're going to do the same thing. Remember, the individual. So we're going to get -10 is equal to y plus 4. We're going to subtract the 4 on both sides, and we get that our y is -14. So for the pre-image, it's going to be -5, 14. Now we gotta do the exact same thing for the pre-image of d. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug them in. So 4 equals x minus 8. I'm gonna add the 8 on both sides. So we're gonna get that x is equal to 12. We're gonna do the same thing for the y. We're gonna subtract the 4 on both sides. So we're gonna get that is -7 is equal to y. So the pre-image of d is going to be 12, -7. If we happen to finish class early because it's a different schedule today, please feel free to start your homework. You do have homework, but this should cover the entire class period. Have a good rest of your day, guys.